Okay, I had to change the name of this video, guys, and I did not do that prior to going live stream. So I'm going to be showing a video of a Jaguarundi, a wild Jaguarundi, not one kept in a reserve or anything like that. And this video proves that the Jaguarundi does live in this exact location. So this is I'm not used to this program. I'm not going to be staying on Restream, I don't think. It's too hard to connect with. And when I say that, I mean in particular, you got to have really good internet to run it. You can't have you can't be on your cell phone out in the middle of somewhere and think you're going to live stream on it. You might go live stream on YouTube, but you're not going to use the Restream app. You got to have a really good internet connection in order to do that. So let me share my screen. And then I'm going to show you. I got it over here in the Discord where I posted the video. And wait a minute. Are you guys able to see that? Let me go check, make sure. Yeah, you are. Okay, good. I don't want to waste my time and have to redo it on the same live stream. It's kind of I will if I have to. That's it right there, guys. That's the big cat right there. I don't know if it's going to play or not. I don't. If not, I got it posted a little higher up again. I can play it. I don't know why it's not playing and it's just doing that. It must be a bad upload I did. So let me go to go over there and do it. I'll tell you what. I posted over there in Banana Cadabra's feed. Let's go see if we can watch it over there. Wow, it's just, I hope it don't do the same thing on you guys. Because I have it downloaded on my PC, so I can just show it that way if I have to. Well, yeah, it's not playing, so I don't know why, guys. So what I'll do is I'll see if I can just pull it up. I don't know. I don't even know how to do that on my PC, to be honest with you. No, right here. Okay, now I'm going to play it. Yeah, it should be playing. This is a bad PC I got to tell you. I might show you on my cell phone. I got it on my cell phone. It plays it. Is that crazy? It's not playing. I downloaded it and it's not playing. Well, that's good to know. I got to tell you. So did not mean to do that. What I do is I can just show it on my cell phone. I need to correct that. I downloaded the video and it's not playing as a video. It only shows the cat, which is odd. It should be showing the entire video. Let me see where I got that on here. Okay, here it is. That is the Jaguarundi, guys. You can compare him to that chair right there. That chair's pretty wide, and he's twice as far out or further out than the chair. Look how big he is. He's a good size. He's over my knee height by at least, I'd say, a good 6 inches. He's kind of crouching right here, but when he stands up upright, you can tell he's bigger than that chair. He's 3.5 feet long, 3 foot long tail. 3.5 is from ass to chest, and his neck is bigger than his head. Look at them big paws too. He got big paws. He don't got this ain't no little domesticated cat. You think it is when you first look at it until you realize how big he is. And then you start noticing all of his other features. He's real slender, real skinny. He's built for running, aerodynamic, and he can jump over 9 feet tall and catch a bird in flight at over 9 feet in the air. Humans are not on his menu. He's a good cat. He's not going to attack you. I'm going to start feeding this cat on a regular basis to try to be the first one to get him on a live stream, to get a wild Jaguarundi on a live stream. That is a wild cat, guys. He is about the same size as a jaguar, and he's built a lot like a jaguar. Humongous muscles in the rear end. Look at him, boy. That's a big boy right there. He's a big boy. That right there will kill your German Shepherd. No problem. You do not want your big dogs getting into it with that cat, unless you got a Boerboel. A Boerboel is the only dog I can think of that could take this cat. But your pit bulls, you better hide them in the house, baby. This cat will eat a pit bull for lunch. You got to have a big dog to take this cat. That's why he walks around this whole area like it ain't nothing. Wild dogs, cats out there, he don't give a damn. That cat will kill a bobcat. That's how big that cat is and how badass he is. As long as you got one of these around, you don't got to worry about no damn bobcat attacking you. So I'm going to start feeding this cat every day. And we'll buy him cat food, put out chicken for him. And I'm going to sit right out there on this property and offer to feed him by hand even. I'm going to keep some jerky on me. In case he comes real close to me, then I'll be able to offer him some. I'm going to toss it to him at first. I ain't stupid. See if I can get him to purr up to me. He's beautiful. He got green eyes. He's all black. He's got green eyes. Some of them look like cougars. They come in many different colors and eye colors also. Beautiful cat. It's a beautiful cat. It really is. That is the rarest cat on the planet. Not just wild cats. It is the rarest cat on the planet. It's more rare than a hairless cat. 90% of the people that live here in the Rio Grande Valley have never seen one. They've been there their whole lives. I've been here 5 years before I saw him. And he walked right within 15 feet of me out on a back patio. And then another guy lives here, Gene, saw him 2 other days. And then we finally got this video. This was taken about to 5:30 p.m. So at 5 p.m. I'm going to be out there live streaming every day now. You got that right. This, I believe, to be the first video of a wild Jaguarundi in over 20 years. By a civilian. It was taken by this guy, Jose, that also lives in this house and on this property. And tomorrow, I'm sending this video to all the associations and whatnot. Because that's proof that they are making a comeback and that they do, in fact, live right here. Because I first reported seeing this cat over 3 months ago. So, and again, about 2 months ago, or a month and maybe 2 or 3 weeks kind of thing. But this is absolute proof of what my claim was, that I had seen one. That's absolute proof. That bullet fits that gun. You dig? How cool is that, man? I mean, wow. I never would have thought in a billion years I'd be doing something like that, showing this video to you guys of a rare cat, let alone the rarest cat on the planet. That is something, I think, right there. And I feel it, man. I can feel the excitement and the anxiety. And because I'm the one that made everybody aware of this cat, like very aware of this cat. And that's why Jose videotaped seeing that cat. See, without me, he would have never done that. But that's okay. I'm going to make sure his name goes in the books. See, and that's a big thank you to him for taking that video. Yeah, so I think that's something special. What's up, Orange? Kitty, kitty, kitty. Yeah, and I call for him when I go out there quite often. You might even hear me on the live stream. If you hear me make a sound like, you should look up the sound that the Jaguarundi makes, because that's the sound that they make more often than any other sound. And yeah, it's a beautiful cat, and we want to keep him around because not only is he keeping the field mice and the field rats away from the house because he eats them, he's keeping the other big cats away because they don't generally want to go into Jaguarundi's territory. And so that means don't have to worry about bobcats too much. Still need to keep an eye. Every time I open the door, I always look before, I walk outside. It's a very good habit to be in around here because we do have cougars, and which are not much bigger than this cat, maybe by an inch or two, to be honest with you. And but they don't want to mess with this cat. He's too fast. He can get in 3 strikes to any other cat, single strike, except for maybe a jaguar. They're fast too. But a puma does not want to mess with no jaguar. And this cat, even though it's not listed as a jaguar, he's built just like a jaguar. And he is a puma, in fact. He is in the puma family. He's a direct mix of a black panther and a jaguar. That's exactly how this cat came into being, a breed of its own. And they exist between right here in Texas all the way to the southern tip of Brazil, and only on the east part of, from the central to the east part of South America. So the only place they would be on the west coast would be Central America or south of the border from here. In between here and South America. They've not been known to live as far out as Peru yet, though, but I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually didn't spread out that far. It makes sense. It's really a special day. Elisa Jordana got hopefully is getting a new job for some company at an office, live streaming every day, 5 days a week. And that's a heck of a IRL there, and getting paid to do it. And I think that's special. That's like a dream job come true, so to speak, right? It's like all in the family kind of show, only it's real. It's not fake. I mean, I'm going to be watching that. That's something that I'm going to get into, definitely. So it must be a company that wants some kind of exposure. I think that's great. It's a new thing these days, but it does work for advertisement, and it's just it's one of the very best ways to get your name out there. Yeah, Martin Luther King Day. I'm gonna name the cat Buddy because I want him to be my buddy. I don't want him attacking me. But I'm gonna start feeding him when I go to the store next week. I'm gonna buy a huge bag of really good cat food, and then I'm gonna buy some chicken, and I'm gonna cook it up or buy pre-cooked. Either way, the pre-cooked's kind of dry though. I mean, he'd probably eat it, but I think I'm gonna just buy some maybe about 4 frozen chickens, and I can feed him like a chicken a week. You know, I can cut it up and feed it to him 4 or 5 days out of the week, and until he gets, us to bring him in here and get him used to eating here, and then we just feed him scraps after that, and keep the cat food out for him for sure. And once I get him coming around all the time, and I'm sitting out on that side of the house or down there where he was walking, which is not far. Y'all see it all the time. It's down where the shed is at, the big tree and the fire pit. I moved half the fire pit over, though. I'm going to finish the other half probably tomorrow. I'm moving the fire pit completely over towards the middle to get it away from the tree because it's already damaged the tree a little bit. We don't want that. So the fire pit's getting moved over away from the tree. But I'm going to feed him down there by that tree every day with cat food. Big old bowl of cat food. He can bring his family to eat there or whatever. My hopes are to get him on a live stream, number one. Number two, well, to help support the wildlife here, especially the endangered wildlife. And then three, to make it known that him and his family do live here. Unfortunately, that's going to cut out a lot of home building in this area, but that's okay. Because, well, we got to preserve the land for the Jaguarundi. Now, you'll still see a house built here and there and a building. You're never going to stop the growth, but you can get areas preserved for this cat. And him being out here, they may even make another sanctuary just for this cat around here. And that would be really cool. And if that happens, then the building will be scarce as it goes away from that area. And then the building will go around this area, which is fine. They can go around. And but I think it would be really cool if I could friend this cat and even have him rub up against me would be the ultimate. If I ever see his wife and his little kitty cats, that would just be a bonus. I don't expect that because generally speaking, a Jaguarundi, the male goes out and does all the hunting and takes the food back to the other cats. And then when it gets a little more scarce, the female cat, she jumps up and does the same thing. And so once they realize they're being fed here on a regular basis, they'll start showing up on a regular basis. You see a lot of videos out there of people who have wild cats who are house cats. Now, those cats have been declawed. They go to the vet all the time. They're pets. This is not a pet, and I do not want to turn him into a pet. I wouldn't even think about trying. But I do think I could friend him up to a very large degree. And even if he just comes up close to me every day, I never care if he rubs up against me or I get to pet him. I don't care about those things. But if I can get him to come here every day, I can do things for him he don't even know about. I can give him dewormer. You know what I mean? That's a big plus for a cat like that. I could give him flea control in certain cat food. You could do that. And you can buy it like that even. And they'll eat it and they won't have any fleas. They won't have any worms. Heartworms would be gone. And I know how to do that. I mean, I've been around dogs enough. I've fed them the dewormer a lot. That's not a problem. That'll be an easy fix. We do these things for the health of the cat. More so than anything, and I think it's a privilege and an honor to be able to do that. No, there's only one pet in this house, and it's a little bitty dog. We don't want any other pets here. Pets are a responsibility, but they can also be a nuisance in a lot of ways. Overall, people in the house just don't want any more pets here. That particular little dog, we have to keep an eye on. He's some type of poodle mix dog, a little miniature shepherd. He got a little shepherd in him. So he's a little poodle and shepherd type dog. But he's a little bitty thing. We have to keep an eye on him. See, when they first moved in with that dog, I made them aware right off the bat about that Jaguarundi, and they kind of kept an eye out, keep an eye out for the dog. We will never leave that dog out at night. Nah, no way. The odds of him surviving too many nights like that with a Jaguarundi is slim to none. That's just the size animal that cat would love to eat. So, got to keep an eye out for the little dog. But at the same time, we want that Jaguarundi around here because, like I said, bobcats are known to attack people. Jaguarundis are not. Jaguarundi will be more apt to let you pet him if you become friendly with them enough. They're not. People are not on their menu, and so if you got that cat around, you never have to worry about a bobcat showing up. And I think that's a big plus. Like I said, not to mention, I live out in the middle of nowhere pretty much. There's houses around, sure, but way around. I live on about 17 acres of property, okay? We're surrounded by it. We got a farm, a peach farm across the street. So there's miles and miles and miles of wild land around here for miles and miles. And the further you go out west, out east till you get to into McAllen pretty good. It's very wild territory. We got snakes here. We got wild cats. We got eagles, hawks, falcons, kites. We got all kinds of birds. We got the rainbow bird. We got the parrot. We got the kingbird. We got the kingfisher bird. We got all kinds of colorful, wonderful birds here. We have the yellow-belly scissor-tail bird here. We have the yellow-belly jaybird here, not to mention the blue jay and the red jay. We have at least two regular family of cardinal that live here. We got the one with the black mask. We have all kinds of hawks here. All kinds of owls. White owl, white hawks, white eagles, white cats. We got them all here. We got all kinds of birds here. You wouldn't believe it. I show a lot of them on my videos. This week's been a bad week for bird watching. But don't mean I haven't seen a couple of cool, rare birds. I even saw the great black hawk today. Now, in this area, the red-tailed hawk is the biggest hawk to common this area, meaning they live here and they're from this area. The great black hawk is bigger, but he's not a regular here. He's passing through. But with him around, he's a big boy. I'm telling you now, he's about 11 to 12 feet on average, wingtip to wingtip when he's flying. So he's pretty big. He's a pretty big hawk. Not all the hawks are that big though. In the great black hawks, the males are a little smaller, but they're a badass bird, and they're not scared of that kite that's been flying around here. He's not scared of him at all. But we see Cooper's hawks flying through here and all kinds of wildlife live around here. It's really cool. We have cougars, and then we have the big mountain lion in this area as well. Not right here where I live, thank God. We just got the Jaguarundi. We have those Jekyll cats too. We have two breeds, and one of them's got the coat of a leopard, and the other one's got the coat of a jaguar. So, but they're real small cats. Now those cats, well, that's a wild cat, but a lot of people think it's a domesticated cat because they're about the same size as a large domesticated cat. And so, but due to the pattern of the cat, that tells you what kind of cat it is. It's not a domesticated cat. It's another wild cat. It's like a Jinx type of cat. We have two of those here. I've heard them at night, but I've never seen one. The Jaguarundi is the rarest cat on the planet, bar none. So to be able to see one and be responsible for getting one on a video, and maybe, hopefully, being the first, if not one of the first, to get one on a live stream of a wild one, that is a treasure. And so that's my goal, is to get him on a live stream, and then also, help him through the winter time, feed him good, and try to, like I say, give him some dewormer and some flea treatment in the cat food. I think that's a good idea. Hey, there's Relentless. What's up, Relentless? Yeah, that's right. She even said it down there. Look at that. She knows. She's been looking into it after she learned about this cat. Most people never even heard about this cat. And here I am. I just showed you one on a video that we got of it. Yeah, y'all knew me first. That's true. But at least now you've been educated about the Jaguarundi, and what a cool cat that is. I mean, they can jump over 9 feet in the air and catch a hawk flying through the air, for example. Anything from the size of a hawk down, I think they would go after. I don't think they would try too big a hawk or too big of an eagle, but the smaller birds, definitely they would go after. They might go after a big hawk too, though. I mean, he's plenty big enough. He has big claws. He don't have small claws like a domesticated cat. He got the head of a domesticated cat, but it's a little bigger, and so therefore the teeth are a little bit bigger. But their neck. These cats could kill a German Shepherd and take it up the tree and eat it. That's how strong that cat is. I just showed you on the video. That's a beast of a cat. It is a very phenomenal cat. That would be a good way to word it. I'll show it to you again. There he is. That's absolute proof of the Jaguarundi. And he's much bigger, longer than that chair. Actually, Jose's pretty close to that chair. He's quite a ways out there. He's about at least twice as far out as that chair. And so you can definitely see how long he is. And he's over my knee height. I've always been right at 5'6". I think these days I'm about 5'5.5". I'm not a big guy, but he comes about 6 inches over my knee when he's standing up and walking. He's lower down walking right there, probably because he sees Jose and he's kind of like, okay, it's a little bit much for attention, so. But see, he's walking real low. And so when he's in the high-bladed grass, you're hard-pressed to see him. But when a cat like that has a long tail, that tail is 3 feet long. When a cat has a long tail like that, that means that's for jumping. It gives them direction. Their tail helps them when they jump more than anything. Believe it or not. Because the cat's going to jump however high he can jump. But that tail helps them guide themselves as they flip over and then flip back over and land on the bird. See, they're very, it's like a gymnastic ability for a cat, right? He just scrounges around for rabbit and rodents. That's all he's looking for right there in that bundle right there. Maybe he can get him a little snake to eat. That cat, he's hunting. And he's not even worried about Jose standing there. He don't give two rats' ass about Jose standing there because humans are not on the menu. But Jose took that video because I told him about this cat. And when he saw it, he couldn't believe it. So he hurried up and got it on video. I think that's tremendous. I think it's cool. It's not a long video, but Jose, I don't think noticed him until he was just standing right out there in the open. And he happened to look at him and go, "Oh, that's the cat old T-Bob was telling me about." So he took the video for me. And I'm going to turn this video in probably tomorrow whenever I wake up. That is rare. That's the rarest cat on the planet, guys. And you're seeing it caught on a video for the first time in over 20 years. You're seeing the wild one caught on a video right there. You know how lucky you are to know me right now? Think about it. It's cool. It's cool. And see, this is how I feel about knowing so many of you guys. Because sometimes things happen in your life that you get to share with us that I think is special too. Right back. See, that's how that works. And I think it's really an honor to be able to show that to you. Even, I mean, God dang, T-Bob I just showed, in fact, a Wild Jaguarundi on a live stream for the first time. I don't even think you comprehend that right there yet, but that is what you just saw in this video. Thank you, Tammy. Hi, Tammy. How are you doing? It really is educational in the way of wildlife, and how cool is it that somebody we know, me, happens to live here and be able to bring that to you. I think that's very special in a lot of ways. Just think, any of y'all ever come down here to visit me, and you maybe stay in here for the overnight in this house, you'll be able to actually maybe see the Jaguarundi for yourself, because I'm going to start feeding him next week. I mean, I've been throwing food out for him already, but we hadn't seen him in about 2.5 months. Or 2 months, I think, something like that. I first saw him about 3 months ago or so. And after that, we had 2 more sightings of him. Gene saw him 2 other nights, walking right around this house. Saw him on the patio, out on the back side of this house here. And then yesterday at 5 o'clock, Jose got this video of him. Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Well, I know cat lovers in particular will love that video, or seeing this video of that cat. And one guy comes to mind in particular, and that is Wheezy. Oh, by the way, how do you like my cat cup? My favorite person is a Jaguarundi. I need to get a cup that says that now, right? So I think Buddy is fitting to name him. I don't want to name him Martin or Martin Luther, even though he is a black cat. I'm going to name this one Buddy, because I pray that he's my buddy. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be feeding him. I'm gonna see if I can feed him by hand, but I'm gonna throw it to him at first, kind of halfway between me and wherever he's standing. Like, I want to get him within 5 feet of me, 4 feet. I'm gonna toss him. Here you go, buddy. And I'm gonna toss him a little piece. I figure I can do that first 2 or 3 times I meet him. Maybe a 3rd or 4th meeting, he might rub up against me. You have to let the cat come to you. You can't go to the cat. You'll piss him off and he'll run off. Or, well, I guess he could attack you even if he wanted to. And he could kill a person easy. But I'm going to have a machete in the other hand. I ain't stupid. I don't think I ever need it, though. I don't think I ever need it. I don't think he'll ever attack me for any reason. I'm not going to give him a reason to attack me. But these cats eat out of the cat bowls, dog food bowls that people put out. So they probably walk right up in front of people and ate the cat food, and the people think it's a domesticated cat. Be honest with you, not even giving it 2 thoughts about it being a Jaguarundi. And so, I mean, they're just, he walked within 15 feet of me, about 14, maybe 12 feet of me when he walked down the back patio. You know, there's a lot of concrete right around this house in the back, and got a big overhang because it's a mansion. And I was sitting out on the patio underneath the overhang, but more closer to the sidewalk. And he walked right past me like it wasn't nothing. And I thought it was a domesticated cat when I first saw it because of his head, I think, just outside of my eye. And then so wait a minute. I look back. Oh no, that cat's a lot bigger than a domesticated cat. I had my PC downstairs, so my laptop. So I was typing in there, about 3.5 feet long tail, maybe 3 feet long tail. I think I popped in there, black. And then when he turned around and looked at me at the end, when he got to the end side of the house here, he looked right back at me. And he had green eyes. I mean, they would glow in the night. Big, bright green eyes. And so I typed that in there, and it came back Jaguarundi. That's the first time I ever even heard of a Jaguarundi. And I was like, Jaguarundi, what the hell is that? And so I was speed reading, and he walked all the way around the house. And as he was walking out, I still didn't know how rare this cat was, that I should have been trying to get him on the live stream or in video, or I would have done it, or a picture of him. But I didn't do any of that because I just thought, okay, it's a wild cat. And then I started reading up on the cat more and more. And then I learned how rare this cat was and what a gift it was to have one living on the property here. He lives on the back property here, somewhere out back here on this property. And if he don't live on this property, he lives real close to it because he comes up here all the time. Like it's regular for him to show up here. We just don't always see him. But now I know what time to be out there, the best time to get him on a live stream, and that's 5 p.m. That is the same time between 5 and 5:30 every time we've seen this cat, or later. And so I figure if I'm out there about 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m., probably 4:45-ish, I'm definitely going to catch this cat on a live stream. Oh, does she? She has bobcats living outside her house, does she? Relentless does? That's way cool. She's way up north, isn't she? Like, I think New York, New Jersey area or something like that. Oh, that's good, Relentless. Actually, Jaguarundis come in many colors and shapes. And man, I should show that, while I'm live streaming this. Let me go pull that up. Got a little cold in here last night. Set me off again. I smoke too much weed sometimes, like today. And I didn't smoke too much today though. And then I got the allergies on top of it for moving down. I'm not from this area, so sometimes it sets me off in my lungs. So what I'm gonna do, I know a lot of you've already looked the cat up, and you know what it looks like, but a lot of people don't. So this is the Jaguarundi. The one that you saw in video was black with green eyes. But as you could tell, they look mean. Some of them do. That one was taking a Costa Rica cats. Imagine that. All brown eye or tan eyes. That one is slightly bluish, like a slightly sky bluish eyes. Very beautiful eyes, really. Look at him. He's a cute little cat. There's one. You can kind of see the big neck that this one has. And this one don't really eye color. It's a very dull yellow. but he doesn't have his eyes open real big. He's part something. And there it is, another one with the tan eyes. One has lime green eyes. Look at him. He's a cute little turkey, isn't he? Yeah, beautiful little boogers. But you can tell some of them look like cougars, like this one here. Uh-oh. I don't know what that is. I went to a different tab. This one looks a lot like a cougar. You would think this is a small cougar or a cougar because the cougar is only an inch or two big height-wise and lengthwise. So you could easily mistake this cat for a panther, except for the size of the teeth. This cat does not have that big of teeth in comparison. There's another one on the right could pass for a panther almost, but he's not black like the one we have here. And the one on the left can pass for a cougar, not a mountain lion. Mountain lion is much bigger than these cougars and this cat here. Much bigger. There's one with the green eyes. Look at that. Beautiful green, lime green out there. Yellow eyes. Look at him. Look at him. He's giving a hiss. These are in captivity, though, or they live on a reserve, per se. I didn't mean to do that. Like that. Well, I'm trying to come out of this, so hold on a minute. I wanted to show you this one here, because this one, you can see the teeth. Bigger than a domesticated set, not as big as, say, something like a big lion or even a panther. Panther has bigger teeth than this cat, even though this cat is half panther. There, now teeth. The mouth ain't wide open, but it's open enough. Those teeth, if you ask me, that head, that's the size of the mouth and everything, this cat is perfect for going after small game, like rabbit, rat, field mice, anything small. Fox. This cat killed the damn papa fox out here, and the mama took the other two little babies and ran off. We saw it as it was leaving, but we just thought they were just moving to a different area or something. Didn't realize that was daddy that got killed off at the time. But you know, it's natural for him because he's feeding. Here's another one with his mouth wide open. I mean, I guarantee you, them teeth, you don't want them digging into you. But at least he's not as big as some of these big pumas that exist out there, or the mountain lion. Mountain lion's got a much bigger bite, much bigger teeth, about twice as big. So it's a beautiful cat. Here's one with blue eyes. Look at him. I'll blow that one up for you. Look how beautiful their eyes can be. Look at that. Wouldn't you like to have that as your friend? Roaming around your house. Wouldn't have to worry about no bobcats. You should see about getting people together, and y'all could come down here and maybe capture a few of these cats and take them back up north. You can get a couple of young ones down here, and if you get maybe even where they have a reserve for these cats, like these cats. Most of these cats live on a reserve somewhere. Ooh, look at them teeth. Yeah, these cats will kill snakes and eat them too. That's another plus. I'm not seeing a lot of black ones here, but the first time this cat up was a black one with green eyes, like the one. Now here's one. Look at this. Here's one that they feed on a regular basis. You can tell because he's sitting on a freaking bench. and there's a wall behind him. And he's looking at the guy taking the picture of him. Now look how long his tail is. His tail's longer than his body because he's still a junior. He's going to outgrow that tail, just like the one you see in my video. Yeah, it's not letting me come out of that. I'm froze. There it is. Finally, I come out of it. That was crazy. Okay, get rid of that. Okay, now I'm back to the regular pictures of this thing. There's one that's almost black right there. This is Kid Facts, Fun Daily Facts for Kids, Jaguarundi. This is one cat that you're not going to worry about attacking your family. They just don't attack people. They got to have an excuse to attack people. I guarantee you that. Don't mess with these cats and they will not attack you. Here's a jaguar, one of the cats that was ocelots. That's what we have here is ocelots right there. We have two different types of ocelots here. And one of them's the migrate you see right next to it. These two cats we also have here where I live. There's the mighty jaguar that this cat is kin to. It's half jaguar and half panther. That's why he's the same size as they are, or thereabouts. Here's one. It might be close to the one we have here in color. Yep. All right, go mess. There he is. But he's a little bit lighter. He's not like black like the one we have here. That cat can carry a German Shepherd up into a tree. That's how strong this cat is. Like, grab it with his teeth and walk up the freaking tree and lay him over a branch and then continue to eat him. or even a large jackrabbit. And a large jackrabbit is he is. They're not small like most of the rabbits you guys are used to seeing. But if you look up wild cats, Rio Grande Valley, Texas, then you will see all the wild cats that we have here. It's just that cat is cat. Obviously, if he's the rarest cat in the world, he's going to be the rarest cat around here. Do you foresee Bob getting mauled? No, I can guarantee you that's not going to happen. If he's already passing within 15 feet of me and not being a threat in any kind of way, I feel very confident in friending this cat up. And I think my biggest hope would be not me petting him as him rubbing up against me, but if he rubs up against me and stops, then I'll reach down and give him a little scratch, a little pat, and then that will be it. And then maybe toss him the rest of that beef jerky and say, hey, eat that. Smells good, don't it? Don't eat me. Oh my God. It's true though. You have to be careful around wildlife, wild animals, especially cats. So I'm not going to be urging people to try this, but I'm going to definitely friend this cat up. Definitely. And maybe he'll come around more often. Maybe I'll get to pet him more often. Who knows? I might never see him again. But no, hopefully that will come about. Because now for sure we know he lives around here because he's been here for over 3 months. Yeah, I don't want to tame him. Definitely don't want to do that. I don't want to feed him so much that he never has to hunt again. No, I'm not going to feed him that much, but I'm going to put food out for him so he'll know that through the winter time he can come here and he's going to have something to eat. I think that's a pretty cool way to go. If I see him out, I might even give him a little milk, take it out there and pour it. I might take a cup out of water, pour it in a container for him. But definitely want to feed cat food and flea treatment and heartworm stuff and food. He'll eat that down and then he'll be, probably feeling more energy. But I don't want to try it. I don't want him sitting in my lap. No, I don't want that. But like I said, if you can just friend them up to where they come visit you every day, have them as a friend. That's the way to go, I think, right there. So I definitely want to make a friend out of him. And I just think it'd be really cool to have a cat like that around. Outside friend, pet, if you call him the outside wild cat for a pet. No, I think that would be really freaking awesome. Yeah, the winters are hard on wildlife, and when it freezes here, I mean, it could go for 3 days straight, like super cold, or all week it's going to be real cold. Yeah, so definitely want to let that cat know he can come here to get a meal. Thank you, Relentless. Thank you very much. It's just who I am. I love wildlife. I love the wildlife. And I think the people of California have made a huge mistake building too far into the mountain lions territory and not preserving enough land for that cat. That's the reason the mountain lion can become a problem in California because they have moved too far into his territory in the mountains, building houses and whatnot. So it makes sense that people are going to be attacked every once in a while. You surprise one of them cats and they'll think about attacking you. They might even attack you. I've been close to a real mountain lion in real life in California, and I can tell you, you do not want to be attacked by one of them cats. I was scared. I was so scared, but I didn't take no steps back. I did. I took one, and he really kind of trotted towards me like, oh, he's scared. I'm gonna get him, and he ran up to check me, and I just held my machete in one hand, a little machete too, it's for a little wood chop, and then I had a knife in the other hand, a big knife, and so I was gonna feed him my arm in the machete and then try to stab him with the huge knife that I had. I had a knife that was about 14 inches long on the blade, so I could have killed him. If I stuck him up under his heart. But I was so scared. I just knew I was going to at least lose my arm, or at least my hand. And I was, y'all don't know how scared I was. I was scared. I'd never seen a wild cat in my life. And finally, he decided not to attack me, and he trotted off, of course. And, I survived. And I turned right around and walked right back out of that territory. I ain't kidding. Got the hell out of there. And yeah, but this cat, he's not near as big and he's not pissed off at me like that cat was. See, I walked up on that cat pumping a female mountain lion, And she ran down the fence line hauling ass, and he ran across the street and stopped, turned around, and looked right at me as to say, "You motherfucker." I swear to God. It was the middle of the night. I was so fucking scared. I just knew he was going to attack me, but he didn't. I kept sweet talking him too. I, I'm not the one hunting you, man. I'll be your buddy. You want to be my friend? Can we be? I'm sorry, I ruined your fucking. Is that okay? Can you forgive me this time? I'll never do it again. I promise. I swear to God. I was talking to the cat like this. I'm so fucking scared. I didn't know what else to do. You can't walk away. If you walk away, a mountain lion will attack you. Period. So one step back, I almost got attacked. If I hadn't ducked down like I'm ready for him, I think he would have attacked me. I really do. And so never take a step back from a cat. Never do it. And let him be the one to walk away. Mountain lion disembowel one of your horses. Yes. A mountain lion will kill large animals. Absolutely, they will. Cattle, too. That's why they kill off the regular jaguars that used to live in this area. They used to have regular jaguars live here, but all of the farmers and ranchers back in the day, they hunted them down and killed them out of this area, so you don't see them here no more. All you see is the Jaguarundi. They're supposed to have cougars around here, but I've never seen one here. They got them not far from here, probably 10 miles, 12 miles from here. They have them on a reserve, but not here. And they also have large mountain lions down here in the Rio Grande Valley, but I've never seen one of them. Now, that's the biggest cat that you're going to find around here in the wild. And even if a panther was here, he's bigger than that. And but either one of those two cats can kill, large cattle, goats, things like that, and horses too. And so that's why we don't even want the mountain lion around here. But the Jaguarundi does not hunt game like that. They will go after a small dog. They generally aren't going to go after and try to take on a big dog like a German Shepherd, even though they can. That's about the biggest dog I think that they're going to try to take on and kill. But any bull or that real big, huge Russian fighting dog that gets about 220, 230 pounds, that dog there would be another dog that could do it. And there's probably a third and maybe a fourth dog out there that could do it. Other than that, any kind of dog that's small or like medium size, you don't want them confronting one of these cats. Because the Jaguarundi will not only kill them, it'll take them up the tree and eat them. You think about it. So this cat walks around this territory. He's not afraid of no bobcat. I guarantee you. He walks around like he owns this territory because he does. And I think that's really good to know, because you can't ask for a better wild cat to have in an area like this where you live, where there's other wild cats that live around here. And as long as he's here, they ain't got to worry about no freaking bobcat. That's the number one thing that I'm afraid of living down here, is being attacked by a bobcat. Not even a mountain lion, because if the mountain lion gets me, it's all over but the fat lady singing. And so if the Jaguarundi's around, it's his territory. The other cats would kind of stay out of this territory. And that's very true what you said right there. Relentless, we have not had the rat problem like we did in years past. since I've been living here at this house. It's been highly reduced. Like, we don't have any rats coming in and out of the house that we notice. So, living out here in the field like this, you expect to have, an occasional rat come in your house till it eats the rat poison or something and then dies. Or a field mice. We have field mice here too. Mainly the field rat is a problem, and they don't get near as big as the like New York rats or anything. They don't get anywhere near that size. They're a lot smaller, but they can be a very big nuisance. So, but since he's been here, we just have not had the rat problem, and so that's very noticeable. I'll put it that way. That he eats enough of them that it's noticeable. It's very noticeable. I do think rat is probably the number one thing on his dietary list. Oh, you live in Arizona? I thought you lived up in the Northeast. I've seen some conversations. Somebody lives up there. And I know that, well, I know a couple of people that live up in that area. I don't want to call out names. And, Wolfie, I could tell him. I call out his name. He lives up there somewhere. I think up in New York. He lives in a good area. The hantavirus, a huge problem in the desert. You were born in Massachusetts. Oh, okay. You were born in Massachusetts. That's cool. But do you have a house up there? You was talking about some kind of house you got or something like that, and y'all was working on putting stones down or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Well, or in Arizona. I mean, if you could. I hope these cats spread out their territory a lot, mainly in South America, but due to the lack of woodland, I'm not sure if I see them going much further north, but it is very possible. These cats could, they could exist in like Louisiana. They would do really good in Florida and Louisiana in particular, and I think they would do really good in any of the states in between. And I think they would do really good in Arizona and even California and New Mexico in certain areas. But they're going to need a good area that's got, plenty of game to go after. And there's plenty of rabbits here. We see them at night if you shine like a really good flashlight. If you shine it around, like even this time of the night, you'll see all the glowing eyes and you'll even see the outline of the rabbits. It ain't nothing to have 15, 20 rabbits here right now out in the backyard. One day, maybe next time I go shopping, I'll get a good flashlight. And when I'm doing a live stream, I'll shine it out there for you and you can see them. That'd be pretty cool, huh? So put that on the calendar. Maybe, I guess I'm going shopping. I'll probably go shopping next week. So next week I'll do that video. And but what you're not seeing is the rabbits. Like, I used to stream all the time, like every day almost. And you would see rabbits coming up underneath that big tree out there, right? During the day, morning and night. I haven't seen that since we first seen the Jaguarundi. To this day, they do not come out in the open during the day to feed. That's the difference. The rabbits are smart. I mean, they're not dumb as you think. If there's a problem over there, they're not going to go over there. So they're staying in the higher grass, and only at night are they coming out feeding like this because Jaguarundis mainly hunt during the day, which I did not know that. I'm sure they hunt a little bit at night, but if they're not hunting at night, it makes sense. That's when the rabbits are around. When you don't see the Jaguarundi, you're going to see a lot of rabbits. Well, the Jaguarundi eat rabbit. Do you know how big rabbits get? Like jackrabbits? Jackrabbits get, they can get 4 feet long. I don't know if you knew that. They get really fucking huge. We used to have a big fucking jackrabbit. Mama lived out here. She was so fucking huge, like she was bigger than that. Bigger than that around. It would be out of the frame. Like, well, maybe not. She was about that big around. And she was easy 4.5 feet long, chest to ass. And it's the biggest freaking jackrabbit I ever see. I used to video on my live streams every day out here, almost every single day. She would come out under the tree and eat. I'm sorry to report, guys, but that Jaguarundi ate that fucking rabbit. Jaguarundis, they love rabbit. They eat the hell out of these rabbits. But rabbits have so many babies, they're never going to go missing. See, but so that's the situation of the wildlife around the house. The rabbits are kind of scarce, but there's still a lot of them there. And we do have the Jaguarundi here. And the Jaguarundi, we heard it one night. Gene will attest to this, and he has already. We heard that night when the Jaguarundi killed that fox. It was right around the back side of this house here on the back, kind of towards the garage area where I video live stream from a lot. That right there, not far from the house, that cat made a kill, and it was a doggy little puppy-like little that you was hearing. I even was live streaming that shit, caught it on accident. And I just looked at Gene and I said, well, I think that big cat just killed the fox. And Gene looked up and he goes, yeah, pretty sure that's what we heard, Bob. And after that, we never saw any more of the fox. We saw the mama and they had 2 little baby fox, not baby foxes, but juniors. And she was walking that way, walking back west with her family, so she would get the hell out of here. What she was doing, and who could blame? You know, you got something like a Jaguarundi running around that kills foxes and eats them. It's just natural diet for the cat. So, yes, I guess that answers your question. They will not only eat rabbit, but anything that size and smaller they will eat. One of the biggest problems you will have with the Jaguarundi is if you have a smaller dog out in your backyard and you leave them out. You know, everybody here that has a smaller dog has a bigger dog, but it's not going to help that little dog. And I'll tell you why. Jaguarundis are so cunning. They will get up in a tree and stare that fucking dog down. They'll even get up on the fence and walk the fence line there and back to get that big dog to come barking at them. And especially during the summertime, the cat is trying to kill the dog by making the dog have a freaking heart attack so he could go get the little cat. This is how a Jaguarundi thinks. And if he can get that dog to not shut up and just keep going after him, barking, trying to get to him, which he never can because he's in a tree and he's on the other side of the fence. But he'll come up on a limb and look at the dog. He'll get as close to the dog as he knows he can get just to tease him and to keep him excited, to keep him pissed off. And when the dog finally goes to sleep, that little dog, if he comes out far enough, he's going to get eaten too. That's how Jaguarundi thinks, because he could grab that little dog and haul ass up that fence and jump on the other side, if not climb up in a tree with it, and then lay it over the fucking branch and then stare at that big dog just to piss him off. So that's the only biggest problem you're going to have with the Jaguarundi. You're just not going to have any little dogs running around 24/7. And that big dog will end up dead too if you don't train him not to bark at the Jaguarundi like that and wear himself out. But there's a lot of big dogs around here, and you'll hear them barking sometimes, and That's probably why they're barking, because that cat's probably teasing them. Because the dog's never going to catch a Jaguarundi. That cat is fast. It's fast like a jaguar, only it don't get tired. That cat will haul ass and jump up way up in a tree, and that dog will never catch that cat. See, so it's not a problem for the cat. It's a problem for the dog. But I don't care. I think we need to preserve wildlife, and at high cost. At high cost to us, we need to do everything we can to preserve the wild animals, especially when it becomes endangered. Just because we're human and we can move into their territory and build houses and stores and whatnot does not give us an excuse to kill off a species of animal. And so that's why tomorrow I'm making sure that this video of that Jaguarundi gets out to all the right people, see. And I'll feed it to the state animal agency here, and we have one very close to here. They even have a state reserve right out here. So when I report it to them, they're going to report it to the state, and the people that govern over the wildlife here are going to mandate protections for this area for this cat. Even more so than what they have now. Right now, that's the #1 protected animal in Texas, is the Jaguarundi. It is more protected than a bald eagle. You could kill a bald eagle, and you're going to get a heavy fine. You might count it 5 times higher if you kill a Jaguarundi. That's how serious they are. You do not kill a Jaguarundi here, or you're going to be paying $50,000. And they don't care what your excuse is. They don't care. If you don't have absolute proof that that cat was attacking somebody, you're fucked. You're fucked. I'm telling you now, you might as well just save up $50,000 and get ready to pay it. Plus, you better be ready to serve about 3 years in jail. At least 1.5 years minimum. Because you are going to get that if you kill a Jaguarundi down here. Same thing with the eagle. You kill a bald eagle down here or a golden eagle, and shit, you're going to fucking be paying out some money too. There was a guy down here had to pay 10 grand for killing a bald eagle several years. I only read that online. That's the only reason I know about that one. And shit, man, I don't want to kill none of them animals, let alone have to pay a fine for it. If you hit a Jaguarundi in a car and kill it, and it's completely not your fault, you're going to pay $50,000 and serve 1.5 years in jail. Period. So you better not let nobody know you accidentally killed that cat. You better make sure you ain't got no fur or blood on your bumper, because you're going to pay for that one. It may sound crazy, but a Jaguarundi is really, in a lot of ways, is more protected than a human being. You just don't want to kill one. And if you're knowingly killing one, oh shit, man, you probably get 10 years easy. Easy. So I don't mind sharing it. It's a pretty good topic. And just, I hope anybody that is in this situation that I'm in, that lives with around a wild animal, would definitely want to live stream and show that animal. And hopefully I can do that later on. Hopefully within a month, I'll be able to capture this wild cat on a live stream and show and prove that, they're not really dangerous to people. In fact, you could probably pet one. But that's not just never recommended to go out trying to pet wild animals. You want to keep your distance if possible. I just happen to know this cat is not a threat to people because he's already been that close to me, and because he continues to walk right around this house, right on the back patio, sidewalk, if you will, the patio and sidewalk that goes all the way down the back of the house. People right there, standing right there, he'll walk right past you. And he's never attacked anybody here. Not even looked at us wrong. Hell, when he looked back at me, he was looking back kind of to say hi. If anything, like, hey, what's up, guy? And then he kept on walking. And you could imagine how shocked I was for it to pop up Jaguarundi on my computer screen. I was like, what? What the heck is that? So, of course, I educated myself as to what a Jaguarundi was. And wow, the rarest cat in the world, and I got that close to one. So for Jose to be able to capture one on the video, he'd been living here all of his life. He didn't even know what a Jaguarundi was. Never heard of one until I told him and his brother and people in the house about them. Nobody here in the house ever even heard of one until that day I saw one, and then I looked them up. So Jose would have never known to get a video of that cat if you can. But I told him that, and because he's always out and about on the property. So it makes sense that he would be the most likely guy that could get him on a video, and he did. So wow, God, how special is that, right? That's so freaking special to know that I was able to perpetuate that into action and actually it turned into something. That's pretty cool. Now, some people might not like me, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, you know what? We saved Jaguarundi, right? That's what we're going to be doing. And so it's all good. Now, actually, people will move here because of that, because they want to see the Jaguar. And there are old mansions here that you can buy. Like 8-bedroom, 10, 12 bedroom, 14 bedrooms that are abandoned. You can buy them for cheap as hell and have them redone. And you got you a badass house for pennies on the dollar. If anybody's curious about moving here, you can probably buy $1 million house here for 200,000-300,000. Well, probably at least 300,000 or so, and up. You probably definitely 500,000. You can get a nice property with a big house on it that needs to be renovated, and you just come in and replace all the water damaged wood, and then basically redo the roof on it. Fuck, you got your brand new house for at least half, well, a lot less than half of what it would go for once you fix it up. You make a hell of a profit down here buying houses like that, rebuilding them, or renovating them and then reselling them if you were into that business. There's several of them right here where I live in this area. It's just the way it is. A bunch of bigwigs came down here and wanted to live in the area because of the wildlife. And that is how we got so many bird sanctuaries down here. One guy in particular, because his wife, her best friend that she met down here, belonged to a bird group down here. She was big into birds, and they did the bird watching and all of that. And this one bird came under being an endangered bird here, and she was talking to her friend about it. And her friend turned around and told her husband that they needed a bird sanctuary. And he said, "What's that?" And she said they need a lot of acres of property to save this bird from dying off. So he went and bought a big fucking piece of land, and there you go, like it wasn't nothing. And that's one family that, for example, that was super rich. That I think some of their old family members still live here. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But there's a lot of old houses here like that, and there's one right down the street. I'm waiting for somebody to buy it and renovate it, because I think there's another one right off the main 3rd Street down here. It's a little ways off Main Street, but you can see it. And nobody lives in it. It's boarded up, but it can be renovated easy. You know, you can update the house with modern stuff and all of that. It'd be a good time to do that. Anyways, guys, I don't want to take the video out too long because I just wanted to show the proof that the Jaguarundi does live here where I live. And I feel like I accomplished that in this video. So goal noted and goal met, right? That's right. Let's keep on trucking, guys. God bless and peace out. And I am T Bob, and I will catch y'all on the next go around. How about that? I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll have more interesting videos in the future coming up. I guarantee it.